Welcome to the Misfit One Lifestyles with Elizabeth Colin. She will awaken and connect with your Misfit One. Are you tired of the ups and downs in your life? Are you ready to live a healthy lifestyle once and for all? We are talking about all aspects of your life. Being fit is not just physical, it's also your mind and soul. Learn how to take steps in your life to move towards your goals. Elizabeth's goal is for everyone listening to the sound of her voice to get fit. Let's get focused, let's get intentional, and let's transform. Now here's your host, Elizabeth Colin.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Misfit One Lifestyles. And today's guest describes herself in one word, blessed. And let me tell you, God bless the woman who just wants to be better, do better, feel better, who refuses to give up despite the hell she experiences on earth. Listen, welcome everybody, the one and only Lori Lofton. She is everything, especially blessed.
I love that entrance. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited.
I am so excited to have you on. For everybody who do not know, Lori is like Charlotte's royalty. Is that fair to say?
Oh man, I don't do well with that type of stuff. If you say so, then I'll agree. Let's just say that. But yes.
Okay, well, let's pick another one. Socialite.
Oh, yes, that's fine. I don't do well in the spotlight. That is one thing about me. I'm better at shining the spotlight on other people than on myself. So I've heard royalty. I've heard socialite. I've heard mayor. I've heard a lot of things. So that is one reason why I call myself blessed, because I am not from the city of Charlotte. So to get that type of kudos, and I wasn't born and bred here, I'm very blessed to accept that.
Yes. I read that because you are all those things. You moved here. I think we moved here around the same time.
2013?
I came in 2015.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
October 2013 for me.
Yeah. So I came in February 2015. I think I met you right around that time.
Yep. I think it was at an event, right?
It was at an event. Yes. And I'm just going to set the scene, everybody. When I saw her, first of all, Lori is beautiful and she's tall and you cannot help but go, who is that? She is so gorgeous and she has such great energy. And I remember when I first spoke with her, I felt like, yeah, okay, Charlotte is going to be okay. Right. And it was a great feeling. And I really appreciated that because I was the new girl in the world of Charlotte, because this is a whole ecosystem here, right?
Yeah. And Charlotte's small enough that we probably knew you were the new girl. So,
yeah.
Look, Charlotte's small enough. We know, hey, that thing is new. Wait a minute. Y'all know her?
And that's exactly how it went. And we haven't been able to run into each other a lot of times now due to COVID. But you are just so phenomenal. And my whole platform is really about you because it's fit, focus, intentional, and transforming. And that is exactly what you did when you came here. You came here in 2015. You noticed it was a something missing.
Yes, from the social scene. So I did meet you on the social scene, and little did I know, I call that myself doing R&D, research and development. Because in 2013, when I moved here, I knew no one. I was transferred here by my job from Birmingham, Alabama. And long story short, I was hanging out and kicking it with my boss and his family on the weekends because I didn't know anybody.
Right.
I was like, okay, I got to get out of this house. A little background story. I had just lost my grandmother and she was on hospice and literally got this job offer, came up to Charlotte, picked a place to live, and then went back, buried her, packed up my whole life, and dipped. And my mom, who has never been good with goodbyes, she paid one of my best friends to come up here with me. She's like, I can't lose my baby and my mom in the same month. She's like, I'll see you later. And I was like, Okay, mommy.
Oh,
So all that to say, I just kind of hit the ground running and was willing to go to almost anything. I went to NASCAR events. I went to galas, fundraisers, day parties, night parties, and just trying to understand what Charlotte was about, because I think Charlotte still is in that little bit of identity crisis of what do we want to be and brand ourselves. But what I noticed early on was Charlotte had some amazing events, but if you wanted to find them again, like that was kind of hard. I can't remember if we met at Herb Gray's event. Was it Herb Gray's event? I don't remember, but
I don't
either
remember.
or, I couldn't find like those cool events on that same frequency. So that's one thing that I really set out to do back in 2016 with one of my first businesses. I focused on highlighting women who were taking charge of their, just brand and everything with Women Crush Wednesday, WCW. So it was every third Wednesday out of the month. I shined the spotlight on women in the community that were doing good things. I even packaged it up with a Fox 46 a spotlight that morning, and then we celebrated them that evening, Wednesday at 6:00 at some brand new restaurant in the city. So therefore, it was mutually beneficial for everyone. We spotlight the lady, spotlight a new business, supporting local, and just, giving everyone their flowers while they're still here to see them. So yeah, I was doing R&D when I met you and didn't even realize it, and then kind of went on 2018. Yeah, it's 2021.
Right.
Put on Charlotte's first ever brunch festival. So I really focused on doing things that I would love to go to and trying to put them on a frequency. So
That
yeah,
was successful because you had over 800 people there, right?
I did. God is so good. Luckily, I'll say this: it rained that day, and there were two other festivals going on, and it rained them out, and so everybody came to ours. So we'll take it how we can get it.
Thank you, Jesus. It's like, listen.
Because like that Thursday, we had sold maybe 400 tickets, and then literally doubled that by 2 days later. So, kind of the downside is we ran out of food early, but every restaurant left happy because they sold out of food.
Right.
For those who don't know, Charlotte Brunch Festival, I like to describe it as Taste of Charlotte indoors, only brunch food. So that is what it was. It was amazing. Sample sizes of brunches or brunch food, from
Right.
restaurants. And plan to do that again this August 2021. But of course, COVID is making it fun. So we'll see what happens. But I know that it will happen. I just have to pivot. So
Yeah. And that's a great point right there. How you just said we have to pivot. You have to pivot. We all have to pivot, right? How have you pivoted? Because for people who do not know, you are literally like an event planner. You work with the news. We do a lot. I did not realize that we are on the same station.
Really?
Yes, I do York, Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you're on that is a WSPA.
Well, WCCB now, and then I've been on Fox 46. What are they? I don't know what to call it.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, and then WSPA down in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
when I did Greenville events, which that's been put on pause as well. But yeah, I went down to Greenville and did down there. They were very sweet. Jack and
Megan.
Megan, so sorry.
Yes. I just saw her Monday. I did the Move It Monday workout with them.
Oh, fun.
Monday, yeah. And I've done Fox. I mean, I'm reading your stuff and I laugh so hard because we're in the exact same places.
Yeah.
At different times.
That sounds about right. That's Charlotte though. Like that is Charlotte. The movers and the shakers are typically in the same circles and in the same buildings, but it's like, are we there at the same time?
Correct. Yeah, we always passing each other. But you have launched, what is it called? Gracefully 54/7?
Yeah, 54:17. So
17.
That's Isaiah 54:17, that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So that's my second business, and that the first one was a partnership. This one is just me, and it was, like you said, events based. And to kind of go back to you saying pivot, 2020 was just my year to sit down. Like with doing events, I didn't know, honestly. I don't think anybody did around that March to May what to do. Like we thought this was going to be done. Oh, let's just chill out for a second. And here we are, February of 2021, and we're still in the house.
We still
So
sitting.
we still chilling out. So with that being said, I took it for what it was for me, which was just a time to rest. I did not realize how much I was on the go of just doing things. You call me a socialite. I was definitely on the go. If I had to be on the news that morning, I was up by 5:15, maybe got a quick workout in, then had to be mic'd up by 7:20, which means my makeup and hair had to be done by 7, go on live from 8 to 9, then drive to one of the big banks here in Charlotte. I'm a manager there, so I still have a 9 to 5.
Yes.
Was done there. And then after that, if there was some menu or grand opening launch or whatever, I was in the
You were
street.
there. Yeah.
I was there. So then I'm not getting home till 9 or 10. And honestly, rinse and repeat and do it all over again tomorrow. So I never truly realized how much I was never at home. Like, I didn't have a desk. I don't have a dining room table. Like,
Right. Yeah.
So with all that being said, my pivot was really just resting and learning to clap for my friends who were doing good in their areas of influence, because mine was on pause for a little bit and I was okay with that.
Right.
I had to learn to be okay with it, because if anybody wanted to do anything COVID related or COVID, what's the word I'm looking for? Events.
Right.
I was just kind of over the virtual, right? Everybody's over that right now, but there is still a way to kind of pivot and make it fun. So that's kind of what I'm racking my brain, taking to God in prayer, honestly, to make it fun for Charlotte's Brunch Festival, which will happen in August of 2021.
I'm looking forward to it. That's what's so great about it, is because you are such a social butterfly. You really do. And I am not.
Well, I couldn't tell. Every
I know.
It's been good. I enjoy talking.
You know what? When I get there, I love it and I have a great time.
Yeah.
It's just
the lead up to it.
Getting there. Yeah. Because you said it so well. No one really knows all the work that goes into TV or when you're doing something prior to the hair, the makeup, the research, all this stuff that you have to do prior to the cameras on.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm bowing down because listen, she has done it all. Like, I could do one or the other. and maybe one to 2 times a month. You know what I mean? And I love that. Every time I see you, I'm like, get it. Hey girl, get it. And I admire that, because that shows how we were talking about earlier. You were focused. You were doing research and development, right? You moved with intention and it worked.
Yeah. And, I think about that often, especially since I've been at home. Look,
yes, you got plenty of time.
So with that being said, I told you how my grandmother passed away prior to moving here. While I've been in Charlotte, my dad passed away. Oh. And he actually, I'm the baby girl. I'm the only girl. I'm the youngest. He was like, why are you moving to Charlotte? Like, you got a perfectly good job here.
Right.
Your family's here. What are you doing? So that moving with intention is dual purpose. I lost 2 people in the process of coming to Charlotte. And if anything, I am going to hustle my butt off to make sure that, I make a good name for myself. So it just puts a smile on my face, and it makes me cringe a little bit, because I'm so nervous when people give me those high honors of mayor, socialite, those
royalty.
Yeah.
Don't forget that one.
Right. And it's funny because I'm like, are y'all talking to each other? Like, how y'all know to say this about me?
Listen, it's in these streets. Charlotte is little.
Yes, Charlotte is very small.
Yes.
But no, that I'm blessed to say that. So that's definitely the motivator for me.
I love that, because first of all, sorry for your loss, because I know it had to be difficult, one, to move with losing your grandmother, especially when you're feeling so uncertain and that sense of loss, to then move to a place no one.
Right.
Is like and that's where your faith in God is, and it shows in everything you do, because you have favor, and favor comes when you are truly believing in him and walking in his light, and you do those things. And to hear that your father passed while you were here, yet you keep going. So we really, it hurts my heart because it's so hard to keep smiling when you have lost someone.
Absolutely.
And I understand 100% about wanting to make them proud because that's same thing with me. My mom passed when I was young, and everything I do, even to this day, I'll be 49 here in a little bit, and I still think like, oh man, like, am I making her proud? Am I representing her well? I don't want, and you are. I just want you to know you really are.
Thank you. And you 49 where? I don't see 49 anywhere
Listen,
on the screen, but okay.
that's why I can't do all the stuff you do, girl. I'm like, get it. I'm gonna go night night. Yeah, and when we talk about how you started all of these careers and you did it as a before, and now it's all you. Can you tell us more about that one, Graceful 5417?
Yes, absolutely. So Gracefully 5417, basically it was events based because I realized in this entrepreneurial climate, everybody wants to be the boss, right? And everybody they were either writing books or launching something. And I wanted to help those people not just be a one hit wonder in the sense of if you're gonna, do it, if you're an author, those are a lot of my clients' book launches. Well, let's get on some sort of frequency. Okay, if you're an author, we did your book launch. Great. Well, let's make sure you're going live. We've captured all these people's attention, but you just can't let that go by the wayside. Are you going to go live from your page? So it's events and consulting because I didn't want people you can't just do an Instagram page and call yourself a business. We need you to get an EIN number. You need to get a business checking account. There's more to it than that. So it was kind of, as you giggle in my face, but, it was more consulting because I think a lot of people thought, and I know there's some out there who still do it. Maybe they're listening, and this isn't a jab, but this is kind of just a moment to get yourself together because, everybody said 2020 was perfect vision. Perfect vision doesn't mean that you see things perfectly. You see things the way they are. And what that means is, if you, just because you make an Instagram page doesn't mean you're a business. You need to file it correctly and do everything that you need to do. So it was a type of consulting for me. Marketing is actually my major. I went to the University of Alabama, so I help people with that. And really just kind of putting people in where they needed to go, start them on that right trajectory to keep going. Anybody that starts anything, you have to keep touching it every day. You don't birth a baby and then check on it 4 days later and say, hey, you good? Right. Pop in on it once a month. And that's the same what people are doing with their businesses and brands and blogs and Instagram pages. You can't just pop it on there once and then never come back to it. You have to, as a girl I know, Crystal Harrell, she says you have to touch the hustle every day. That's the same thing. You have to touch the hustle every day, whatever your hustle is. Make sure that you are touching that every day. So Gracefully 5417 is that. People will say, hey, can you just look over my Instagram page? Let me know what I need to be doing. So a little nugget for anyone with Instagram that doesn't do well with Instagram. Your Instagram chapter, so someone, as she points at herself, when I come to your Instagram page, I should know within your first 3 to 6 pictures what you do. If you bake cake and I haven't seen a slice of cake, but you're on there with your bestie, your babe, you're out to Disney World, how am I supposed to trust and know that you really make cake?
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Just throwing that out there because if that's if your Instagram, for all intents and purposes, websites are kind of expensive. So I get it. Instagram might be your only corner on the internet. That's great. But just make sure that represents your brand to its fullest extent. So that's what Gracefully 5417 is about, events and consulting. Leaning heavier on the consulting right now because of events. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
Well, I love that because I wasn't exactly sure. I didn't know about the consulting. I saw that, but I wanted to see how did you wrap that all in? Mm-hmm. And that's amazing because you write on it, man. People, I have a business. Oh, well, what is this? And then they go, oh, I don't have that, So when you are speaking to someone who is going to start a business or have a business, can you give them that was a great little nugget right there.
Yeah.
Can you give us another nugget of, say I want to have an event, but I am an author. I have never done my book launch because, I'm just that one. But, can you give a little nugget to people out there that says, listen, I'm a businesswoman.
Right.
What do I need to do?
So I would first I would say debunk the myth that, you don't, well, let me say this really, really nicely.
No, this is, listen, I probably should have started off with this. We're going to be 100 here.
You're going to keep it 100? Okay.
Please do. Because they don't come here for no BS. They come here because I tells the truth.
Okay. So this is what I learned, and this is why I'm able to speak so confidently on things. The people who you thought were going to support you typically aren't the ones who are going to support you.
Can you repeat that?
The ones who you thought were going to support you. So mama and them, your bestie,
cousins,
right? Little Junebug, who, you've been play cousins since 4th grade. They're probably not going to be one of the first to buy your book. If anything, they think that they deserve your book and you should be able to give it to them for free. However, Duke Energy, Alabama Power, they don't accept free when it comes to the bill coming to your house.
Correct.
So with that being said, you need to be able to turn your book into sales, into a profit. I'm pretty sure you have some sort of overhead, right? When you're an author, you have to pay the publisher. You have to take pictures for your, for your Instagram
cover,
all those type of things. So with that being said, you really need to get out there and network. Clubhouse, I am not on it personally because it's just not my season to be on it. But if you are an author right now, I would get on Clubhouse. That's a safe way to network from the comfort of your own home, car, wherever. You will have to get out of your shell if you're an introvert. No one's going to know anything about you if you don't open your mouth, right? Another thing, if you are a business owner or any type of author, you need to have some sort of launch. You could do hybrid. I'm actually working on that right now for one of my clients. It will be virtual. First part, second part will be in person. We're gonna trust and hope Mr. Governor Roy Cooper and the COVID and all that stuff will lift some restrictions. And by April 17th is what I'm doing here in the city of Charlotte. But you have to get your name out there. You have to start on the other side of your comfort zone. That is truly where growth starts. Everywhere that you thought that you were going to be, in your little small town. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. And I did not start growing until I moved to Charlotte. All these things I'm doing, my bio is all started in Charlotte. Like it did not start. I mean, I got my home training from home. Trust, I love my parents.
Right.
To my mom, but my growth and truly my purpose and what I'm doing didn't start until I moved to the city of Charlotte. Last thing is try to find a way to monetize your purpose, your God-given talent. That is the one thing that you cannot be fired from. So for instance, we're going to go back to baking cakes. If you can bake a cake like the best of them, but you've never been to anybody's culinary school, that's your God-given talent. That is what you're able to hustle and truly do. That means that you can bake a cake in mom and them house. You can bake a cake at Ritz-Carlton. You can bake a cake wherever, right? So learn ways to monetize what you were given by God so that it does not feel like you're working. Last thing I'm going to say, and I promise I'll give it back to you, hire your weakness. If Instagram, you point it to yourself, Instagram isn't what you do. Learn, save up enough money, sell enough cakes, sell enough books, hire your weakness. Do not be afraid to say, I know we all are boss babes, boss men. We can do it all, Superman, Superwoman, but something typically, we don't know everything, right? No, right? So something typically is failing. It can even be in your personal. You could probably look the best on Instagram. You can do your hair, makeup, whatever, but you haven't folded clothes in about 2 weeks and you need to wash clothes. You need to clean your house. You need to clean that little area behind the toilet and your bathtub, got the ring around. What do you need to do? Hire your weakness. Now you need to hire a maid. So there's little things like that sometimes we might feel ashamed, but really it's making you better.
Love it. You all heard it right here, right? You got to get in there, hire your weakness, which is a great point. I tell people all the time, I'm more of a Walt Disney type of person. I have amazing ideas.
Yep.
I need somebody else to execute it. Like,
there you go. But at least you identified that, and
correct,
that's really the first step that you need to walk into. Knowing that you lack execution, hire someone that's going to help you execute.
I love that because I do that with everything. Like I love dating. Oh my gosh, I love dating. I don't like marriage so much because of every day. Look, I'm not an everyday type of person. I don't want to be every day. I want to just see you on Fridays. How about that? Right? You know? And it's just like how I am. And my husband laughed at that because, like that's how it is. And that's the same way I am pretty much in life. I just want the fun stuff, which everybody kind of do. Everybody really enjoy the fun stuff, but the day-to-day stuff is like, oh my gosh, this is like, oh, I don't want to do that. So like you said, hire your weakness and know your weakness. And if you don't know your weakness, ask a friend.
Yeah, they'll tell you. They're like, girl, yeah, your tub always dirty. You didn't know?
Yeah. That is so true. It is so true. I am just so excited about all of the things that's coming up for you. You got this event coming in April. How are you dealing though with the COVID restrictions or, because you still are doing some in-person events.
Yeah. So this one in April 17th, this will actually be my first in-person event in probably over a year. And honestly, I have had to learn personally and in business to just take things day by day.
Absolutely.
Everyone is aware we are in a pandemic. No one is, holding contracts to the T, as much anymore. Everyone is learning to be flexible.
Right.
If it doesn't work out, if something happens, they say there's a new strand, it is what it is. Okay, we'll push it back another month. So, that's just what COVID has also taught people, to be flexible. And that's just the world we're living in right now. And that's just what it has to be. So, as far as the big one that I know will go off well in August, 2021, that also is going to hopefully be another hybrid approach, looking to do some curbside stuff and some in-person stuff, but still remain safe. And right. I think that's also with doing any type of event, you want to keep everyone safe, yourself included, and you're not trying to not make it not fun, because people still want to get out of the house, right? So that's the soft spot of trying to do things in a safe way, and still actually do things, because, people are kind of going crazy. I don't have any children. I can't imagine trying to do virtual school with a child along with virtual events
working.
and, working, virtual working. I mean, it's just a lot. So I know that people need that time to unplug for themselves and just do something fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I want everybody to just really go back a little bit when she said she hasn't had an event since really COVID, because, and we are so happy to hear that, because so many people are still having events as if it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Like they partying like it's Saturday 2018. Like, right. No.
Right, like it's 1999.
And I love that you said that, because it does come from the top. I think if the person who's given the event is cautious and aware, then it would trickle down to everyone. But if they are like, forget it, this is not real, this is not a thing, then we all are like, oh, okay, it's not a thing. And so then it become one of those super spreader events.
And you go viral for the wrong reason.
And
don't want to happen. You will not see, I'm knocking on all the wood, but I know me. I am not trying to go viral for the wrong reason.
No.
It was for the right reason. Trust and believe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have really given us so much today, and I appreciate it. You gave us the tips of, if you are a business, touch that hustle every day.
Yep. Every day, touch the hustle.
Touch the hustle and make it legitimate. And how can people reach out to you? Because just from this little tidbit, the consultant information was dead on, and she did that like 3 seconds. So, how can people stay connected with you, get connected?
Absolutely. So, personally, my Instagram is Lori Ashley, LORRIASHLY. Email is info@LoriAshley, spelled the same way, info@LoriAshley.com. Business is Gracely5417. That's on Instagram.
Yes.
You can actually use the same email. It will get to me. Some other things that I've started during COVID, because, I'm at home. And so I have to remain some sort of busy, but Eat Black Charlotte. So that was launched in the wake of George Floyd's killing. I just felt like I had to do something. And so EATBLKCLT. You can follow us on Instagram.
Okay.
That basically is highlighting all Black-owned food and beverage establishments in the city of Charlotte. So many people wanted to support Black-owned during that, movement, and we want to keep that movement more than a movement and make it a lifestyle. Black-owned shouldn't just be charity. It shouldn't just be a once-a-month thing. Let's go ahead and support Black-owned always. I had a really fun by the time this airs, I had a really good, giveaway that I was doing on my page, just highlighting Black women-owned businesses, because we can be elite too. We have spas, we're dentists, we're all those fun things. So I'm really trying to make it my best to not just make Black-owned some sort of charity movement. It should really be a lifestyle. You shouldn't think twice if they're Black-owned or not.
Right. And that was the next thing I was getting to, was talking about your Black on charity and how you support entrepreneurs. And also, listen, I see how you're doing all your meal prepping and all of that. You're doing so well. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, when we're at the house, you just kind of get innovative, like I started using, I've ordered some nutritional yeast. I don't know if anyone have you ever used nutritional yeast?
I have not, but I heard so much about it.
Yeah. So I am lactose intolerant and I love cheese. It just does not love me.
Right.
It depends on what it is. Like Chick-fil-A's peach milkshake, I'll just take the stomach ache. It is what it is. Take one for the team. We're good to go.
I didn't even know they had a milkshake. Look, I didn't even know nothing about Chick-fil-A stuff. Okay, got it.
And eggnog once a year. So those are like my two that, but all that to say, nutritional yeast just helps add the cheese back into certain things. Girl, I learned how to boil some cashews and turn it into some Alfredo sauce with nutritional yeast. So yeah, meal prep is just another escape for me, along with working out, because we're already at home. I just needed something to switch it up. Like, get off the couch, step away from your laptop. Let's do something different.
So listen, how does that feel to you now that you're at home? Like you said, it's a whole different. What does your day look like when you wake up in the morning?
I always start with some sort of devotion, no matter if it's in the form of me reading from my Bible app, that's just the easiest, or just gospel. I have to set the tone with that. I call it kind of setting the expectations.
Yeah, me too. Every day.
Outside of that, honestly, go right into work. I have some clients that I post for. I run their social media pages. So get to work with them, check emails. And then by, 7:30-ish, I'm logging in to actual work.
Yeah, your other job. No, you're just switching hats. You working all the time.
Exactly. My little desk kind of looks like a command center. I have like 2 laptops up and all types of chargers, making sure we're plugged up. My phone usually dies by 10 a.m. It's really sad. Like, I have to stay plugged.
Oh my gosh.
But I will say, for anyone that has that side hustle, make sure that you're setting office hours for yourself. So I give, my main hustle, the one that pays the bills, that 9 to 5, but then that 5 to 9, I make sure that if I am touching the hustle every day, okay, what am I doing for this, so that I'm just not being busy. I'm being intentionally productive. So I know everybody can't see this, but I ordered this off Amazon. I love planners, but I got a day planner, meaning what am I going to do today? So I make a physical to-do list that I love to cross off. And sometimes it's crazy stuff like pour tea, just so I can feel
like I've done something. Check.
Exactly. Check. Take clothes out of dryer. Check.
Check.
The other things, of course, are a little bit more serious. I have some other documents I need to look over today after I get done with you. But yes, look, you were on here today, like, do makeup by 2 p.m. So
yay!
you're presentable for the podcast. But no, definitely to-do lists are my go-to. I love physical to-do lists. And also during this whole pandemic, I make time to make sure I talk to my mom. Me and her FaceTime at least 2 to 3 times a day. It could be something as simple as look at my nails. Me and her got the same nail color right now.
So cute. I love that.
Yeah, that's really it. But day in and day out, I go to the gym 3 times a week. So that has been my thing.
What does that look like? Tell us about what you do at the gym.
Yeah, so I hired I won't say hired, that sounds so weird, but yeah, I have a personal trainer, Shayla Nairi on Instagram.
Hey,
I'm going to
Shayla.
her once a week,
Okay.
and I go to her early in the mornings. I just like to go ahead and get her out the way. So 5:45, I'm in there an hour, and we do some sort of high intensity training. Mm-hmm. She does a lot of combination movements for me. I've been going to her for over 2 years now. But we kind of upped it, excuse me, during the pandemic. She even pivoted and did virtual when they closed down the gym.
Right.
We were FaceTiming, and she's like, what kind of weights you got? You don't have any? Great. Grab the jugs out grab 2 water jugs. Let's get it. So
yeah, absolutely.
But she got me on a really good schedule because now my body craves it. So Monday and Wednesday, or either 2, whatever days I don't go to her, I just always try to get it in 3 times a week. If I can't go those other days, and I just always try to make it 3, even if it's going outside and going for a walk. When we had our long summer days when we were in the height of quarantine and the sun set to like 8:37, it was just so amazing to log out and go for a walk, you know? And I just encourage everyone, just get moving. And I think a lot of times we underestimate, well, I can't work out. I don't have 45 minutes. You don't need 45 minutes.
Right.
And then you need maybe 10. And then what will happen is your body will say, you can go a little longer. And then you'll start making that your me time. For my mommies out there, those stay-at-home moms that have always been at home, and we're just the ones getting at home.
Right.
Make sure that you make that time for yourself. And that's what working out truly has been for me, that me time to escape. And some people are like, let me know when you work out. And I'm like,
I don't want to.
I'm good.
Yeah. So listen, that's me too. I used to, do that workout. I really enjoyed that time. Mm-hmm. It is my Prozac.
There you go.
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
And if I don't work out,
watch out.
Yeah, you got it. Like my husband knows, like, oh, you want to go ahead and work out? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I call it your Prozac. It's my therapist.
I love that.
My release. It's just my time to think about things, think things through, and just truly unwind. So, yeah.
I can figure out the world's problems when I'm working out.
There you go.
I'm like, listen, I could have found a cure for COVID. I just never thought about it while I was working out.
There you go. Exactly. Look, it's your time.
Yes. And so how do you take care of we love that you work out 3 times a week. You getting in that exercise, you're doing your prep. I'm loving that you found the yeast.
Yeah.
Because I'm lactose intolerant too. I can't really mess with cheese that much. Yeah. But what about your self-care? We know exercise is one of them because it's your therapist, but what else do you do? Like you were talking about your nails, they're so pretty. But what is it that your self-care looks like?
So I invested, it's a good $30 investment, but I think every woman should have this just to save some coins, a facial steamer. So I do my own type of facial. I love face care stuff like skincare. I'm a skincare junkie. So I use Urban Skin RX. I'm actually working out a partnership with another brand that I don't think I can say just yet, but
it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. Look, it's coming.
In Jesus' name.
But with all that being said, take care of your skin. We're 2020 vision. We're seeing things differently and clearly now. And it's not that I had horrible skin, but I just wanted to prep and primp myself, right?
Right.
And
yeah.
So $30. If you follow me on Instagram, it's actually on my Amazon finds, like my little storefront. And it's just a steamer. You got to put like the distilled water in there. And it actually has a place that you can put a few drops of essential oils. So I do lavender and peppermint, and then it just steams while I'm washing my face. I do my mask, and I do that at least twice a week. Because what I have found, even though I'm not wearing makeup, First off, maskne is real. If you don't wash your mask, please do so or just switch them out. And then number two, with working out, you're just sweating, and you need to lift that dirt off your face.
Right.
That's another form of self-care. Reading. Right now, I'm reading, what is it? It's the 3 H's. He is the founder of Survivor. It's like hustle, hungry, and state. I can't remember.
Jeff.
Oh, is it right here? That would be awesome if it was right here. Yes, it is. Be humble, stay hungry, always hustle. H3 Leadership. He's Brad Lomenick. So he's the author of The Catalyst Leader. The foreword is by Mark Burnett. And long story short.
Yeah, Mark Burnett. Yeah.
Yeah. It just talks about ways to truly sharpen your leadership. So I've been reading. Let's just say it like that. In short, I've been reading. Another good book, if anybody likes to read, is Start With Why. I encourage that.
I love that one.
All entrepreneurs, understand why you're doing it. Just because when you touch the hustle every day, you will have to be reminded, why are you up at 2 a.m. when you could be asleep?
Right. and that's for everything. Know your why for everything. And like you say, it's going to be like a lot of times you're going, why am I doing this? Oh yeah, that's why I'm doing that.
That's why.
Right? Yeah. So before we wrap it up, tell me, you got to tell it. Is it anything else you want to tell the people?
I'll leave you with one more book. This one is called Soar by T.D. Jakes. And the reason why I like that book for entrepreneurs is because he talks about how the climate needs to be right in order for you to release your brand or business, whatever that is. He gives really good examples of if these people's climate was not right or were not right, that they would not be as successful as they are today. So everyone look into Soar.
All right, you guys heard it. It's Soar. It's the 3 H's.
Yep.
Start with your why. There you go, the top 3. And then we'll come back again and y'all tell us some more books that y'all have read, and give us some more books that she suggests. This is awesome.
Thank you. This was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming on and talking to us and sharing your wisdom. And, I felt from the very first time I met you that I like her. And this just really sealed the deal. Like, I really like her. You are very blessed.
Thank you. And, I think that's interesting you say that because, one, I thought the same thing about you. And I think that's one thing that's kind of like that epiphany as you get older and start making friends, so to speak. It's like, I like her, and it's not like in a sexual way. You're just like, wait, I really like her.
Yes, I swear. I went home and told my husband about you. Like, hey.
Exactly. I had to tell somebody because I like her.
I like her, yes. And then we got separated and we're back. And I'm going to say it right here. I'm going to send you my number. We have to stay connected.
Yep.
And because it's a shame when you figure it out as an adult. I like her. And then you go, I haven't seen her in 3 years.
No. And now, like you just said, because we were waiting on the next event to run into each other, because that's typically how it went.
How we see, yeah.
So this is the first time I've seen you in probably 2 years, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's crazy. It's not going to happen again. I'm going to say that right now. We will stay connected. And guys, listen, go out, make sure you follow her on tell them your social media again and your website.
Absolutely. Lori Ashley. So LORRIASHLY. And if any email, any questions, info@loriashley.com. I'll be happy to set up some sort of consultation with you and figure out what we need to do.
Bam. That's all it takes. Until next week, you guys, stay fit.